What's up, beautiful people? It's me again, Lois Odor, and today I wanted to do a reaction video. I know I've done several reaction videos, but I've never done one that is related to movies and such kind of things. But today I wanted to do a reaction video, and not just to any movie. I wanted to do a reaction video on nurses. So if you haven't watched nurses, like, I don't know what you're watching. So at first I watched Nurses season 1, but I wanted to react to that, but I don't know what happened. I did not react to Nurses season 1, but season 2 is out, and if you haven't watched it again, what are you waiting for? So I wanted to react to Nurses season 2. Like, in Nurses, you usually see some episodes that are quite funny, like they act like in the day of the life of a nurse, but at times you find that they do things that you cannot do in the hospital, and it seems so funny. At times they do things that are just a little bit extra, and you're like, man, I cannot do that. So I wanted to react to some parts of that. So let's get into the video.
Ask me how I'm feeling. The next one will be full.
Lenny Goldman. I'm Ashley. I'll be your nurse today.
No, you'll be my nurse until I demand a new one or you walk out in tears.
Mr. Goldman, I'm going to have to ask you to be respectful.
Oh, show me someone worthy of my respect, and I'll consider it.
I usually get this a lot. You find that there's some patients who are just annoying, that they will just want to throw all that anger onto you, that only because maybe you were late to attend to them, or maybe you delayed, they'll start throwing things. I can imagine someone throwing that urinal on you, and maybe at times it has pee, or it has something in it and can go on your scrubs. It's so crazy. And I usually hate it when patients bring out their anger in that manner, because at times it gets to you and it feels so annoying, and it just makes work so hard.
What's going on?
Her pulse is starting. She says that's 40.5 degree fever.
What does that mean? You know what a high fever means? I'm gonna listen to her chest. Cutie pie.
So how do you even ask him what you don't know what fever means? Anytime you usually meet with a patient or the relative, you don't just have to assume that they should know everything. They should know what a fever means, what high blood pressure means. Just assume that they don't know, and then just try and explain it to them in a simple way, because most of the time they even worried in the first place. So because they're worried, they don't at times when you're worried, you feel like you don't even remember what some things mean. And at times I find this so much with doctors, they're one of the largest group of people who assuming stuff about patients, about nurses, and at times it is usually just so weird. Yeah.
Wrong with you? Only you can tell us.
Jelly bean. Thank you, Dr. Jankar.
That's what I used to call my sister. She's colorful and sweet, just like a bag of diabetes.
What?
Sweet. Jessie said she's only eaten sweetened condensed milk since Sudbury. What if she's diabetic?
That would explain the symptoms, but what are you doing?
The blood sugar test you ordered.
Let's see. Jelly.
23.7. Sugar's really elevated.
Yeah, she could lapse into a coma, Grace. You're gonna push.
Insulin 20 units. Already on it.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
I usually love when nurses are knowledgeable. Maybe if a patient comes in, and at times you find that people are really struggling to diagnose, especially doctors, but they're trying to find the problem with this baby or the problem with this patient, and no one is finding it. Then a nurse just comes in and says, let's take the blood sugar. The blood sugar is anytime a nurse diagnoses something or a nurse realizes something, for me it is surely so amazing, because it just shows that we are really doing a bigger part in the hospital, and no one should look down on us. Damn.
My favorite nurse. They're still not bringing you a tray? No. The other nurses let me starve. Why would they do that to a sick man? Delicious. Next time, more cheese. You got it, Jurgen.
Here's Colby. Mr. Faber isn't your patient today.
Just trying to keep his spirits up.
With extra mail. The nursing staff didn't stop bringing him his food to be cruel. They're trying to get him to get out of bed. He needs to walk to recover.
He said he doesn't have the energy.
Yet he's strong enough to devour an entire sub. 3 minutes. I'm more worried about you. You're You're a good nurse, and with your background in team sports, you could be leadership material.
Wow, thank you.
But not if you keep being such a soft touch. You need boundaries. You're more worried about patients liking you than giving them what they need.
Usually that part again, like if you're a nurse, you should not just be there to make patients like you. Like you just do anything that they want so that they can like you, so that you can look like you're the good nurse. Like if they say they want, I don't know which kind of food you want to go and buy it with your own money. Like at times it's good if patients need you, but don't make it look like you're the one who wants to be like you should set boundaries. That's the way she said, yeah.
And make sure you check the drug. You got any extra gloves?
I'm Joel, EMT. Are you hurt? Take it easy. You could be a
No,
child.
no, I'm a nurse. I can help. Stella, hey, it's Ashley. Hey, Stella, can you hear me? Opening act.
We need some help over here. I'm Joel. Ashley and I are going to check you out, okay?
Now that's something else about nurses. Sometimes you have to like deny yourself. Like they all got into an accident, but because she's a nurse, she was like, do you have extra gloves? Like, I want to help because I'm a nurse. So most of the time, for that we as nurses, we end up forgetting like our own health because we like denying ourselves because we want to help everyone out. Yes, it's good to help others out. It's good like to identify yourself as a nurse, but at times just know that your own health also matters, because at times you might be helping other people and then you yourself, you're not looking like, is there something wrong with me? Yeah.
Oh, she's not responding. She needs surgery. I'm gonna ride with.
Sure, that is what I mean. Like,
Don't move. I'm going to take a look.
okay.
You're going to need another stretcher.
Yeah.
I can't get the tube past the cords.
His stats are bottoming out. He's in big trouble.
I'll have to try cricothyrotomy.
You sure it's the right call?
Are you questioning my judgment,
No,
nurse?
I just want to make sure it's the right decision.
At times we usually get this a lot, like a moment a nurse tries to tell a doctor something, you know, it is not that we are trying to question your judgment, you're not trying to question like the things that you can do. We know you've gone to medical school for, I don't know, 7 years or 8 years, but at times you find that maybe it is the experience. So at times when you try to explain something or to tell you guys something, it is not that we are trying to show you that we know. We're just trying to like think things out because it should be a teamwork. It is not a place where people show up that are a doctor or a nurse. It should be a teamwork. Sometimes find that most doctors actually assume that whenever you tell them about something, like if you try and question what they're doing, you're trying to question their judgment. But at times that is not the issue. Like it should be teamwork. Instead of just acting that way in front of a patient, you should just try and tell me the reason as to why what I'm trying to say is not right, so that we can at least do the right. You just tell me like, no, we cannot do that because of this, this, and this here.
Suffocating. Shall we discuss this some more and let him die? Knife. Be ready with the tube. 1, 2.
Wears on a dress. Yeah, I really don't get straight people. Ow! Ow! Still feeling pain? Yeah, and it's getting worse. It's not broken. Why does it still hurt so much? Let me take a look. Your arm's swelling. It's like 3 times the size it was when you left imaging. What, is that bad? Mateo, where's Dr. Goldwyn?
I'm in the queue, I think.
What about Barnes?
She is on another call.
Okay, I need a doctor stat.
7:30 a.m. 2 cards. Great.
Dr. Renfield.
What?
My patient was trapped in a shopping cart.
That has what to do with me?
I think she might have Parkinson's syndrome.
Yeah, doesn't look too good.
You need to relieve the pressure in the compartment.
No, you need to pay the appropriate resident.
They're all busy. There's no time.
So look, I'm just super new here.
The tissue's not getting enough blood supply. Actually, I think it's either decompression now or amputation later. Just do it already.
You can't talk to me like that, nurse.
Take the cut, Renfield, or so help me, I'll cut you. Ouch! Oh, wow.
Oh, okay.
Like, it is usually kind of funny that at times you might call a doctor maybe they're not on duty on that day, or maybe like they're not the one in charge of that patient, and they'll tell you, no, that patient, like that is not my patient, go and call, I don't know, Dr. Njoroge, like he's the one who is in charge of pediatric patients. And they're like, you're a doctor, you should, like, you gave yourself your life to be able to save patients. At times if you meet something, just even take a look, like just make those guys feel like at least you're trying something. I usually hate it when I attend doctors, they feel like they're so proud, like that is not my job, call the other doctor, that is not, like, oh damn.
Hey, sorry about before, man. Sorry is for horses, Tishan, but if your left palm itches, you'll lose money, but if your right palm itches, well, time to go shopping. I was just wondering if it's the same for your feet. Well, who knows? Again, Mr. Crombie, I'm mostly interested in reaction. Maybe you feel something, maybe not. Stop. Do that again. What do you say to that? A very favorable result, yes? I'll be back. Later.
I usually love this part of nursing whereby you as a nurse, you are there for the patient during the bad times, the good times, whenever like maybe they could not do something and then now like they could not feel a sensation in their leg, now they're feeling that sensation, and you're always there during those happy times. Like it is one of the best moments of being a nurse, like sharing those moments. Well, it is just the best time.
I'm not crying, man. Come on.
Hey, I'm gonna walk again.
Listen, as long as you wear here, I'm with you every step. Good days and bad.
Oh, you don't gotta say that. I know you get a ton of patients.
No,
You gotta
I
take
am
care
not
of.
just saying that. I am not trying to earn back some karma from my past. I just really want to support you. If you let me.
That is just so sweet.
Hey, Frank, I'll be back. You're pretty good. Good morning. Welcome to Nurses Week. A time to celebrate the work you all do here. Nurses are not always seen as rock stars, but today I want every one of you to feel like one.
Yeah.
So, enjoy complimentary massages when you're on a break, and our exhibit of nursing through the years, including uniforms like the one Damien's wearing now. Now here is a certified nursing assistant and influencer who will be capturing what it's really like to be a nurse.
Oh.
She'll embed herself with a lucky someone for her updated social media profile. Who's game? A day in the life of... Oh, Grace Knight. You'll do. The rest of you, assignments are on the board.
So there's something about the Nurses Week. Usually feel that most of the time people don't even understand the Nurses Week. Like it is time for us to like enjoy ourselves, or to take a break, or to just look back at what we've already done. So most of the time you find that people just take it as a normal day and they continue working themselves out like normal. But I usually think that an idea can be really great, even if it looks like a movie. But I think this idea can be really great, that during the Nurses Week, that whole week you can just have massages, like a massage for nurses. Like you're being pampered, you're being given like that day you can just do like whatever you want. Like it should be a week whereby you're being valued. And even the other idea of filming it and just letting the nurses express like what a day in their life usually is, it is usually so nice. And that is why I usually like making videos of day in my life as a nurse, because at times you can just tell people of how it is being a nurse, and it is just so amazing. So, and even apart from the Nurses Week, I think nurses should really be taken care of. But even apart from the Nurses Week, you can even say like once in every month, or like even if it is twice in every month, we can just have a time for them, for us to show them like that we really care about them and really know that they're really working so hard, and we want to do something for them, like the massage and things like that. We just take them even for a trip. Like we should start getting used to doing such kind of things. It seems so important.
Don't film the patient. Hi, Mr. Lewis.
You're not allowed to film the
I'm
patient.
going to be your nurse today. Can you tell me why you missed your last dialysis appointment?
Because it doesn't matter. Why is your psychic eyeballing me?
why is she recording? Like, you're not supposed to record a patient, but that is usually like my life. Like most of the time when I'm trying to record something in the hospital, I actually get a problem and I try to sneak, like bring in the camera and people are looking at you. But for me, I usually try as much as possible not to record anything like patient details and anything like what a patient is saying or what a patient is doing. I just try and avoid recording all that stuff. But even if you're just recording yourself like this, at times it gets so difficult in the hospital.
My name's Mateo. Mr. Lewis, you know that missing your treatment can cause serious complications. You're breathing out.
I get it, but you can be too empathetic.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like we're missing something.
Well, I can't keep subjecting her to tests just because you have a feeling.
This isn't about me.
No, it isn't. This might be a team sport, Ashley, but you need to learn to trust your captain.
I do. I just feel like we need to look at it from all angles.
We are. Look, patients come to me for treatments. They come to you for a voice talent.
Yeah.
I'm the pilot.
Yeah, and you're flying this plane into the side of a mountain.
Okay, he's the pilot, and like we are the attendants. I usually just hear this in the hospital. I think this is one of the worst moments in the hospital. Whenever a certain doctor feels like he's so superior, and they usually feel like we're just so empathetic that whenever we do something like tries to advocate for the patient, they usually feel like you're just too empathetic and you're not thinking realistically. Those words are just so painful.
Especially one as special as Teresa. Sorry for your loss. Teresa wanted me to read you something after she was gone. It's a poem by Ralph Waldo.
My worst part of nursing is usually like breaking the bad news, maybe telling a relative that they've lost someone or being there when they're crying. Like, for me, that is usually my most traumatizing part of nursing. Like, if I could skip that one, then I'm good.
You can be a bit intense. Well, I will try to dial back on the kindness.
Silence! This is serious. I don't have all the arcana committed to memory yet. I fear I can't do this without my reference text.
Oh, we're gonna do that for you. I looked up the thing you said.
The abjuration spell.
Yeah, that, and I looked up some stuff online. So we are going to abjure the living hell out of Jerry. Hold up the mirror. Okay. Wait, Gerald, command the negative energy to leave you. And then hit this part.
Okay. Negative energy, I command you to go. Great powers of day and night, protect me with all your might. Everybody chant with me now. Great powers of day and night, protect me with all your might. Great powers of day and night, protect me with all your might.
What the hell's going on in here? I thought I told you to prep your patient for procedure.
At times it's usually so weird that you just have to be there for that patient with all his or her beliefs, that if he says this is what he believes will treat him, you have to be going with that, because at times if you don't go with what they're saying, they're going to think that you're not caring for them. And at times you just have to respect things like the culture, their religion, because at times you find that people are sick mentally, but they start having physical symptoms, making them feel like they're sick, but they're sick mentally. There's something that they just have to change their mental, like the way they think about it, and then they'll feel better. So at times there are these patients whom when you just talk to them and tell them something like, yes, God has healed you, they just want to hear that. When they hear that, they feel it. So it was just that they were mentally disturbed, but they're not sick in any way. There's also this kind of patients whom when they come and tell you that they're sick, but you know very well they're not sick because there's no any condition that can be diagnosed. But the moment you even inject them something like water, they tell you, now I'm feeling okay, you've healed me. So at times it's usually just mental, and when you just bring in some energy, at times you're just talking to someone and they feel better, you realize it was just something that was mental.
I just need to get some for my car. No, not that way. Emergency doors up and down, exactly. Emergencies. So you don't have a car. Whoa, seriously, stop.
Damn. So something about we medics, you find that most of the time we get into drug addiction or into like selling drugs, and at times you find that some of these drugs which are in the hospital are quite addictive. So some people usually have these drugs like for themselves because they're addicted to it. Maybe they inject themselves or they're selling it to someone else. So they steal it from the hospital, sell it to someone else, or they use it, and this can really get you into a lot of problems. And I know like we medics usually face a lot of challenges like stress, and we are really getting burnt out with all this work, but just know that drug abuse is not a way out, because drug abuse is really going to destroy you. I know at times it gets so hard and you feel like only injecting yourself that drug that makes you feel relaxed is the only way, but just know there are so many other ways to be able to solve your stress other than taking drugs or selling drugs. Even if it's something about being broke, it's better if you talk to other people, it's better if you talk to someone so that you can solve your problems instead of getting into things that can cost you like a lot. Yeah.
Of course.
So she kind of saw the way the doctor was shaking his hands while signing, and that is a really bad sign because this doctor was about to go and perform a procedure, and it is so dangerous if you're not in a stable state for you to be able to perform any surgery on a patient, because it might cost that patient their life because you're not in a stable state. So
it's a little sensitive, isn't it? How's the breathing, all right? I think we're all set. So, we'll see you in a few hours, all right?
he's shaking, like literally shaking.
Dr. Shore, I'm sorry, but I noticed your hand was shaking just now.
I think you're mistaken, Nurse Collins.
No, it happened before to you when you were signing the requisitions.
Why don't we continue this little inquisition later, Nurse Collins?
Damn.
What do you mean I'm off the surgery? I know how invested you are in Maya's care, so I put you in her pre- and post-op instead. I've been preparing for this surgery for weeks. Ashley, you're a great nurse. Your patients love you. But you need to work on your bedside manner with your colleagues. That's crap. Shore wants me gone because I know he's got bad hands. That is a big claim to make. He had a tremor. Grace was gonna...
The fact that they're not believing her is a really bad thing, because if someone has seen something, at least it's better off if you investigate it instead of just assuming that maybe because they are small nurse and you think that they don't know what they're saying, and you think that maybe they're trying to like put a blame on the doctor. Like it's really bad.
The doctor. What were he and Ashley talking about earlier? Oh, it was just a misunderstanding. So everything is alright with the surgery? There are no concerns? Everything's fine, Padma.
It's okay. Has someone ever noticed that Nas usually has the best scrubs, like the best colors, and they're just so cute?
You're not a doctor, Doc. Why aren't you answering your phone?
Sorry, I've been trying to track down my patient's son, but she had the wrong phone number.
Look him up in the car. I parked illegally.
Okay, the ceremony starts in 30 minutes, right? You go, I'll meet you there.
I wanted us all to go together. So, hurry up and find him, and I'll let you pay for a parking
That's
ticket.
the thing. I already did, and I don't know what to do.
Well, he was part of the Highway of Heroes?
She doesn't know. she's forgotten that her son died.
It's not a normal thing to forget.
Look, I have to tell her. I'm all she's got right now.
Stay. You should be with her. I know, it's the job.
Thank you.
So something else that I usually say about being a nurse is that you're going to miss so many things. Like for this guy, that's his sister, and his sister has a graduation. So instead of going there, he has to put his patients in front of everything, even your family. So at times you're really going to sacrifice so many things in your life just because you're being a nurse. You're going to sacrifice a lot. So you should be ready to sacrifice that kind of things. And luckily, his sister is a nurse, so she understands. Like she understands what's going on.
I am desperate for cash. Dr. Tagot, I found this patient here. I haven't completed his vitals, but he claims to be feeling like he's dying.
It's a Cheech.
Cheech?
Cheech and Chong. Didn't teach you that one in nursing school?
Yeah.
He's not dying now. He's high. Too many edibles. Nobody waits long enough for him to kick in.
She's like, don't they teach you that in nursing school? Like, we are not taught everything, and at times we were taught, but like as an individual you cannot catch everything. So I usually hate it when people usually tell me that one, like if you don't know something and they're like, so you're never taught that. Even not just from doctors, even from fellow nurses, like they'd be like, so you're never taught something like that in nursing school? You've never had that, something like that for the 4 years you've been in nursing school? And you're like, I've been in nursing school, but you cannot hear everything. There's just some things that you can just hear about them when you get to the hospital. So at times I usually hear this, especially from female doctors, because at times I usually prefer male doctors. Like if I feel I'm on duty and there's a male doctor, I just feel so comfortable, because for them they just teach you about something slowly. But from female, I think female doctors, like they usually think they've gotten like somewhere so high, and they're just looking at you like this, and so they're like, so you've never even heard of something like that? Oh damn girl.
Is this my bedroom?
You can guess how much fun I'm having right now.
The reason as I was playing that part again is just to emphasize that medics are really getting into drugs so much. I think it is because of the pressure and at work and all the stresses at work, but someone should just look into the life of medics and just like, I don't know if it is to teach us how to manage stress or something, but medics are really getting into drugs and they're really even committing suicide. Like it is so stressful that if you can't manage it, like you're really going towards a bad path. Like we should look into the lives of medics. Like our lives matter.